What's going on, guys? In this video I'm addressing naturals, especially the naturals that are saying that they can't train as hard as someone that is enhanced because they can't recover from it and they'll be overtraining, they can't push the volume, they gotta take more rest days. Well, this is completely wrong, alright? As a natural, you gotta train harder than someone that is enhanced, and you gotta be on top of your diet. You gotta be on top of your recovery, of course, but make sure that you're training harder. And yes, you gotta train hard as a natural, and don't be the one that is like, oh, I'm scared of overtraining, I just gotta go to the gym 3 times a week because I'm natural. This is completely wrong and you won't see any progress, alright? As a natural, the only way for you to progress and see results and have a good physique is basically pushing yourself at the gym, pushing yourself in the diet and making sure it's all clean. You can't afford to have an extra cookie a day. You can't afford to have some mayonnaise with your chicken. You can't afford to have 2 cheat meals a week because then you will gain basically a little bit of fat fast. Yes, it's the reality of things. You can't afford also to not take your recovery seriously. So as a natural, you gotta put more work than an enhanced. A lot of naturals are saying, well, we can't work as hard as someone that is enhanced. We can't do as much volume. We can't train as hard. We can't train 5 times a week because it's overtraining. This is BS. Someone that is enhanced can basically train 2 to 3 times a week and barely eat 2 meals a day and sleep 5 hours a night, and he will still progress because he's having the drugs that is helping him, the PEDs that he's taking, which will help him a lot more than everything he might be doing at the gym or whatever he's eating, alright? I know people that are enhanced, we see them on YouTube eating cereals and McDonald's and still getting a good lean and decent shape, alright? But you as a natural, you can't afford that. You gotta put more work in, alright? It's not because we're natural that we're gonna use that as an excuse to kind of slack off and not work hard at the gym and be like, well, yeah, I have a bit of muscle, but I don't look like anything I want to because I'm natural. No, I am natural. I train 7 days a week. I'm not saying you should be training 7 days a week, but you should be pushing yourself at least 5 days a week at the gym. And if you think that doing more than 8 or 10 sets is overtraining at the gym, then trust me, you might not reach the goal that you wanted. You will never have the body that you want, alright? You'll just always be using the fact that you're natural and your genetics as an excuse. It's crazy how much people use their genetics. Someone texted me today, I have small bones. What does that mean? You have small bones. Eat in a surplus, train hard, recover for years, alright? Not for weeks, not for 2-3 months, for years, and you will see results. Don't use the fact that you might have bad genetics or you're natural. No, push yourself, guys, alright? You know what's sad is that it's rare to see naturals that are really hardworking, that are pushing themselves at the gym and have been doing it for years. Everyone after a couple of years, every hard worker after a couple of years, most of them at least, they jump on PEDs. And then it's like, well, we lost another one on the team, alright? It's alright, I'm not saying that it's a team of naturals versus enhanced, but it's rare to see someone that is putting in the work for years and still surpassing kind of that natural peak that he's always reaching and trying to push himself, alright? It's either people that don't want to push themselves and they want to use being natural and their genetics as an excuse and train 3 times a week and then give you a study that will tell you that overtraining happens after 4 workouts a week. Or it's people that really love the sport like I do, but then decide to take it to the next level because they want to compete, and I respect that. But anyway, moral of the story, naturals have to train harder than enhanced athletes. You gotta be on top of your diet. You can't afford to have an extra cookie or an extra cheat meal or an extra mayonnaise or a peanut butter tablespoon every time you eat a toast, because then you won't be as shredded, for example, alright? Someone enhanced can get away with that. You can't afford to skip meals. You can't afford to skip workouts, and you can't afford to mess up your sleep. Trust me, I've been sleeping 2-3 hours less a night for almost 2 weeks, and I feel like a train is passing on top of me. Why? Because as a natural, you rely on those couple hours of sleep. You rely on that, alright? You don't have anything else helping you, alright? So that's it for this video, guys. I hope my message was clear. If you're natural, well, use that. Push yourself a bit more. Progress at the gym. Make sure that you're surpassing yourself. Stop feeling overtraining. Please, 99.99999% of people shouldn't even say the word overtraining because you're so far away from it. Alright, you might be under eating, you might be under sleeping, but I'm pretty sure you're not training as hard. So keep it up, guys. You're natural. Well, let's keep growing. Don't use that as an excuse. Don't use your genetics as an excuse. Do your best, train hard, and let me know how it goes. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.